Pixel Podcast. I am the digital host for the most, Danny Deceptive Cobra Monahan, and with me I have two lovely guests. We have Lazman3 in the corner.
Hello!
AKA the Wookie Tits. And we have Miss Jinxie TV down below, AKA everyone calls her my donation queen, because for some reason she seems to be donating the most to me. What can I say?
Can we just call me Moneybucks from now on?
Okay, how about Moneybucks? There you go. Moneybucks. And this is a simple 18 plus rated podcast, so we don't mind our P's and Q's here. So if you are lightly offended by the words like fuck, shit, piss, kit, cunt, noob, whatever, gauging, whatever, world of tanks, click away. If not, well, hey, thanks for sticking around. And today there isn't any format questions. Basically, I'm just going to ask three simple things. 1, what have you been playing? 2, what have you been watching? And 3, what are you wearing? Underwear is preferred. So, I'm going to start with the first...
Damn it! Already I'm messing up!
I'm going to start... oh my. I'm going to start with the first question. I am going to ask Lazman3. Laz, what have you been playing?
To be honest with you, I've been playing a lot of Minecraft recently, as well as some Saints Row 3. Just kind of trying some different stuff out.
Is that PC, Xbox, what on the Saints Row and the...
They're both PC.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, me and my girlfriend, we belong to a Minecraft server. She's an administrator there, so we basically get free run of this whole server and get to do our own thing, and it's fun. And for Christmas, she got me the whole Saints Row, the game series, every bit of downloadable content you can ever get for any of those games, and basically we just jump in a tank and blow crap up, and it's just like, yes.
It sounds like fun.
Frustration vented.
And what about you, Miss Jinxie? What have you been playing?
I've been switching between World of Warcraft, Warlords of Draenor for the PC, and Neverwinter for the PC. And then I've also been switching between the Dragon Age games.
Origins and the new one.
Yeah,
Dragon
the new one, the
Ball or
Inquisition.
something.
And Assassin's Creed for the Xbox 360.
Oh, good lord. Don't even talk to me about Assassin's Creed. The moment I got my review copy of it and I installed it and it was like downloading HD textures, 8 gigabytes, I was like, say what?
On PC?
Yeah, on PC. They have a HD texture pack now that you can get. So waited for the download. Download came. Gotten in. First person I'm looking at doesn't have any face. I was like, what the fuck? Just eyeballs and teeth and a tongue.
HD texture pack failure.
I was literally like, why is my ex in this game?
Oh god.
I swear, Ubisoft did that just so that they can... Oh, they have a webcam. Let's take some screenshots of their face. Person
and then attempt to present them in full HD.
Yeah. So you've been playing a lot of console-based games and with a little bit of PC dabbled in. Okay. I have actually fired my 360 back up. I know, I blew the dust off of her. And there was like a million bloody updates. I was like, okay, I'm gonna play some Forza 2. Update. Fine. Update. Now I'm going to play some Forza 2. Another update. Fine. Update.
12 updates later.
I lost count of how many updates later. I ended up jumping in the shower. Okay? Coming back for one of the updates, because it was like a gig update. I was like, what the fuck are they updating? Came back. Finally got into my game. My game wants an update. I just threw my controller in there and I'm like, that's it. This is why I stopped playing. Because it's like always update, which is good in some things, but bad in others. It's just a race car game. What are you updating? You're just making... Now, this is the thing that pissed me off about Forza 2. Forza 2, they have made every car in the Porsche... I don't think I can call it his dealership, digital dealership. They've made every single Porsche DLC. You cannot buy a single Porsche in the game unless you unlock one through winning a race and it's given to you as a reward. Other than that, every Porsche, about 30% of the Ferrari dealership, all but two of the Lamborghinis, all but 4 of the Chevrolet, all but 6 of the Ford, and all but 2 of the Dodge are all DLC. And they're priced at $1.99 or $1.99 per car.
Yeah, see, this is the reason why I kind of never really got that console bug. I mean, we do have a 360 in the house, but I have no desire to play because...
I was going to say, my Xbox 360, which is, here's the paddle, it's sitting right there, has now literally just become nothing but a Netflix box. It's all it is.
I mean, like I said, it started off where, okay, it was cool for the whole first-person shooter thing to all this DLC for the guns and for the perks and stuff like that. That was cool. I mean, but now, like you said, they're even getting anal about it with the frickin' racing games. You can't even race a car you want now without paying money.
Yep.
I mean, at least with a PC, there are options for DLC content, but that's not required.
See, this is the thing. I seriously want... Now, I'm not one for... Again, I don't get political on my podcast. I don't. I have another podcast for that. But I honestly think that there should be some kind of regulation done by the ESRB, who are already there. The ESRB are the guys who say, no, this game is not PG, it's freaking 18. Or no, this game isn't freaking, they're the ones who say, whether you can play Teletubbies or whether you can play Gods of War. Okay, depending on your age. They're called the ESRB. Well, the ESRB also have the power to say no to companies about constant fucking DLC. And they won't do it for consoles. They put a cap on Android games. So if you're like me and you're constantly, going to doctor's appointments with your missus, you've got games like freaking, let's say, you've got Angry Birds, Hill Climb, Flow Free, Fruit Ninja, what else? Oh, Plague Inc., because I always like killing the human race,
I love that one. I like that one myself.
Yes. And so I will sit there while my wife's, in the doctors, getting whatever poked or prodded. And I'm sitting there going, I just killed England. Who would have knew? And I got a guy sitting there, what are you playing? Plague Inc. You're in a doctor's office playing a game about killing people with germs. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, why not? And so, and I know that Plague Inc., if you want certain things, like certain germs unlocked early, it's like 50 cents, $1, That I don't mind. Because they openly say you can unlock it without the paying or you pay for it. And that's what pisses me off, is the one where it's like, just pay. Like War Thunder. In War Thunder, I've been working my arse off doing these stupid fucking achievements to get this free premium tank, only to find out you can buy it for $8 when it comes out in the next update. Then what's the fucking point of doing...
And like I said, it's even worse with console games because you pay $60 to $85 for the console game straight out, and then you have to pay all this extra money just to play the DLC.
That is why I have classic consoles. I have a Dreamcast. I have an 8-bit Nintendo. I have a Super Nintendo. That's why I love my classic consoles. Because once I buy a cartridge, it's mine. There ain't no DMC. There isn't no DLC. I can do whatever I want with it. If I want to take it to bed and make sweet love to it, I can. Weird.
Just remember to blow in it afterwards,
Exactly. Blow me, baby. Blow me. Blow me, baby. Don't use rubbing alcohol, though, because I'm very tender. But, no, I'm sorry, but they need to either bring the overall introductory price of the game down. Instead of it being $60, if it's $20, yeah, I'm more likely going to buy a console copy of the game. But this is the pisser. There are some places still charging full price for Modern Warfare 1. $60 for Modern Warfare 1 on the
Get out of here.
I'm serious. There's a store here called Alco. They recently went belly up because they were charging, and it said Platinum Edition on the thing. So, or Game of the Year Edition. So, they've only paid tuppence for it, and they're only supposed to sell it for like $19, $20 at max.
Not even that, like $10.
Yeah, and this is the pisser. I bought me a copy at Walmart, and it gave me a code for all the freaking DLC and all the map packs and everything. And I was like, sweet. So I got my money's worth. Servers aren't even up anymore. So I'm like, well, then what's the fucking point of selling the game if the servers aren't on? See, that's another thing I hate, is the lack of aftercare. I recently, thanks to you, Mike, with your Christmas present, he got me a copy of Titanfall. I figured out my disconnect issue. Apparently, their crappy installer that they have, and EA has openly said, it's our bad, we're sorry, and it's only for the PC players. It's not for the fucking 360 players. It's not for any other player, just the PC. They forgot to encode a firewall exception into the game. So, the firewall opens up the ports once, lets you connect, lets you download an update, lets you play maybe one game, and then disconnects you immediately right afterwards. So
basically what you're saying is you have to disable your firewall to play it.
I had to go into my router and forward all these goddamn ports. Like 9 ports.
Are you serious?
Yes, and now I get no lag, the maps load, I'm in the fucking game, and I can stream it. I even recorded some footage of me playing it, but when I used XSplit, XSplit had a bit of a fucking hissy fit because it uses one and the same ports as freaking Titanfall. So I was like... So I switched over to OBS, and OBS was like, oh, hello. So what? OBS is the most simplest streaming program in the world, but it looks fucking hideous. The fact that if you want to edit just one thing in your... You have to click this stupid box all the way down the bottom that says edit scene. And then all of a sudden everything has a red box on it and you're like... But...
I only want to edit this one part!
I would just like to take the simplicity of XSplit and insert it into OBS.
XOBS.
Yeah, XOBS. That's all I want. Hackers, get on that shit. Yeah, that's all I want.
We are hackers.
Now, work this shit out. OBS loves World of Tanks, hates War Thunder. XSplit loves War Thunder, but hates World of Tanks. That's why I have 2 separate streaming programs on this machine. Yet now, I'm waiting to save up to get me a capture card, which is going in this editing rig over here, which I can't use yet because the monitor I was using is back on this machine. So I've got to get a new monitor for my old machine and the editing card. Put that in there, and I'll be able to stream directly to this machine and have this machine run OBS and XSplit and stuff, so that my gaming machine is just my gaming machine again. Thank bloody God. So it's so much bollocks, and I've got so little space. I mean, seriously, I've got like no space. And what's even worse is my wife's laptop has been running for nigh on almost 19 days straight without even rebooting once. For a laptop, that's like killing it. Mining Dogecoins for me. It's my Bitcoin farmer. A laptop. And it's actually doing pretty good on my head. But no. Games I've been playing. Titanfall. War Thunder. World of Tanks. America's Army. Oh good lord. I have to check my Steam library because I got a whole bunch of invite codes from a whole bunch of indie game makers.
Aren't you supposed to be doing a Warframe, or not a Warframe, Insurgency tournament or something soon?
That's next week, yes. I've been going back to Insurgency, double checking on that. What is it? Oh yeah, Resident Evil has now been released on PC on Steam.
Really?
Yeah, and it's the HD remake. So, Final Fantasy VII, let's see, Fractured Space, I've been playing a lot of that lately. Dota 2, been playing a lot of that lately. Let's see, Heroes of the Storm, Hearthstone, oh jeez, Black Ops 2, I went in Counter-Strike. I've been going back through my old classic Steam libraries. And then the other night, our pipes froze, the main sewage pipe froze, so the toilet started feeding water back in, and we just recently removed a toilet we weren't using, and I haven't managed to put a cap on the toilet, so the water came up from there, went into my heating vent, went all the way through my cooling ducts, right into my furnace, and killed my furnace.
Oh god.
And flooded the basement. This was last night when we got the news about Michelle's uncle. So I was like, when it rains it bloody pours. So all night I had a wet dry vac hoovering up water, taking buckets up from the basement and throwing it outside. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. We were still doing that at 3 a.m. in the morning. I told Michelle, go to bed. So she's laying down there. I'm doing it, and whatnot. We got the furnace fixed. Okay, the furnace is fixed. We had a furnace repairman come out. They went the last of my donation money. Furnace repairman came out, fixed it. What had happened was there's a drainage hole in the furnace, and it drained the water out, but it didn't drain all of it, and some of the water managed to get in, and it hit one of the circuit boards and fried the circuit board. All it was,
I had that happen at my house once.
A little module circuit board. Guy went, zip, 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 4 screws, 2 wires, put it back in, 4 screws, furnace went boom, burned right back up, and I was like, yay! And I started stripping layers off of me like I'm a fucking stripper at a fucking club, you know? Running around my house going, it's warm again! Then came in here where it's freezing cold because I actually have the vent blocked because my computer doesn't like the heat.
Oh! I forgot to mention a game. I've also been playing a lot of the new SimCity as well.
Oh.
Yes.
Hi. Yeah. SimCity, what's up?
Yeah, SimCity, what's up? Yep.
It is rather addicting.
Yeah, SimCity. I've got the classic SimCity on my Origins account. I've got SimCity 2000 because it's free. I downloaded it for free. And I used to remember playing that on the Super Nintendo, and I remember playing it on the PC ages ago. I've been on an emulator kick. I played Castlevania, Symphony of the Night, Tekken 1, Tekken 2. I was on this real great big old PlayStation 1 emulation kick. Let's see, Capcom vs SNK. It's a fighting game. I'm going through Resident Evil. I'm actually going to be doing a Resident Evil playthrough all night thing. I'm going to stream it. Just the dark, the webcam, my face, the game, me playing Resident Evil. Shit, fuck, zombie, you know.
When?
Probably after the first-person shooter tournament I'm doing. Probably after the Insurgency tournament. I'm going to be doing it. I'm going to also be doing Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm going to be doing, Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of games. I'm also going to be doing more Let's Plays on the Final Fantasy VII PlayStation 1 version. So, look forward to seeing some of that. That'll be fun, me running around the marketplace still, because I can't find the damn wig. But, yeah, go figure.
Wait, we found you the wig, didn't we?
Yeah, but I didn't record it, so I didn't save it. So, you know, it's okay.
I guess I'll have to sit down and walk you through it again.
So, yeah, I guess. But lately, I've actually been hooked on some really good TV shows. I've actually been physically torn at certain points over what to watch, you know, over what to do. Do I want to play video games, or do I want to watch some TV shows? Now, I have a few websites that are streaming websites. They stream the TV shows for you. So again, my Xbox used to be my go-to thing, watching Netflix. But now I'm like, fuck Netflix. I'm not playing Netflix. And so, let's see. One of the TV shows I've been watching a lot of is The Big Bang Theory, of course. Archer season 6, episode 1 went online yesterday. It is the 3rd most pirated episode of an animated show next to Bleach. Next to Bleach. Season 6, episode 1. I watched it laughing my ass off. It's absolutely hilarious. You gotta watch it. Archer is absolutely funny. Eat a bag of dicks, Pam. That's all I need to say. And I want that on a t-shirt. Eat a bag of dicks, Pam. That's all I want. And I will put that on a t-shirt. Let's see. Elementary. It's a good show. Johnny Lee Miller. If you don't know him, he was in a movie called Hackers. He's also in a movie called Trainspotting.
Very good movies. Hackers is actually one of my favorite movies of all time.
He plays Crash Override. Johnny Lee Miller. In Elementary, he plays Sherlock Holmes. But it's not Victorian Sherlock Holmes, and it's not England Sherlock Holmes. It's Sherlock Holmes in New York. So you got this pompous British guy, and Watson isn't a guy. It's a girl. It's Lucy Liu from Kill Bill. So you got Lucy Liu, you know, doing that weird Asian look, like, I'm so disappointed in you, in every other scene, you know. Not to be racist or anything, but every Asian has that look when they look at them.
Because that totally wasn't racist.
No, it's not. I didn't call them yellow bellies.
Oh God, Danny.
Until now.
Now. Let's see. I like my wrestling, so I've been watching Impact Wrestling. I'm not a big WWF fan, and I'm sorry, you'll always be called the WWF. Fudge you and your stupid E crap. And so I've been watching Impact Wrestling. One of my favorite wrestlers, Havoc. She was the champion. She was the female champion. She recently lost the title. But they did a female Royal Rumble, which is absolutely freaking cool. And this other big, this chick was huge. She made Havoc look tiny, and Havoc's 6 foot something. And then she was big. And I'm not talking like muscular. I'm just talking like ate one too many Cheetos big, And yeah, that was a good. I've been watching that a lot lately. The Mentalist, again, another good show. All typical Law and Order, CSIs, Chicago PD. For some bloody reason, the reason why I watched that show is because the main hero / villain, who's the leader of the Chicago PD squad, is the guy who does the voiceovers in Black Ops 2.
Yeah, I have a guilty pleasure show like that, and mine's so much worse than Chicago PD.
It's probably Housewives of Hollywood Hills or something.
No, it's Grey's Anatomy.
Alright, you should be shot. Let's see, other good shows that are really good. Person of Interest. That's a good show. It's about a rogue AI, and it's about an ex-assassin and a programmer. The programmer created this AI in the late 90s to spot acts of terror before it happens. Well, the computer started giving out numbers saying, oh, this person's about to be killed in 2 days. And the police were like, we don't care, it's not terrorism. Who the hell cares? It's not murder until they're dead. Well, the programmer started hiring this assassin to save these people instead of killing them. And that's what the show's called, Person of Interest. It's really good. It's in its 4th season right now. It's a really good show. What else? Of course, NCIS New Orleans just came out with a spin-off. They're on their 11th episode. Come on. It's Captain Archer from Star Trek as the main leader, trying to be Jethro Gibbs from the other NCIS. And it's got the stupid douchey kid from freaking Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift.
Oh, God.
The Alabama boy. I'm like,
oh, God.
Every time I see him in a scene, I'm expecting him to jump into a Monte Carlo and drive it for a house. I'm sorry. I just am,
And you know what? That guy has one of those faces.
You just want to punch.
I'm weird like that. Like, some people will just come into my field of vision, and it's just like,
throat punch.
The fact that they exist makes me want to just rip their face off.
It's an instant throat punch. Bang. Oh, sorry, you came out to me. Another good show that's actually just recently done its pilot episode is Agent Carter. If you've seen the Avengers movies, Agent Peggy Carter, she was the British woman in the first Avengers movie who pulled out her pistol and shot at Captain America with the shield. Well, they've given her own spin-off, and it's taken just after World War II. So there's no shield. Well, it's the forming of shield, if you know what I mean. So there's no real technically shield or anything, and she's on her own. So you've got her, Tony Stark's dad, and his butler, Jarvis. Yes, Jarvis, the name of the AI from Iron Man, Jarvis. Same voice, different actor. The actor who actually does the voice for Jarvis is that blonde-haired guy from the Da Vinci Code, the serial killer from the second Da Vinci Code.
Wait, are you serious?
Yes, he was in Knight's Tale. He was the herald in Knight's Tale.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm like, wait a second. I knew this. Why am I like?
He's the guy who does the voice for Jarvis in Iron Man's 1, 2, and 3, and in the Avengers. So it's weird seeing that guy's voice in a different guy's face. I'm like, that's not right. Why couldn't they get him? He's an actor. He's British. Who's out of work.
He's probably really expensive.
No. A lot of British actors are out of work right now. Thank you, goddamn Prime Minister. But no, another good show I've been watching religiously, Gotham. Jesus fucking Christ. I am not big into DC comics. Not by a long shot. You could show me a picture of Aquaman and I'd think, oh, is that the Green Lantern? I don't know. No, sacrilege. I don't know any different. But Gotham is based from Jim Gordon's perspective. There's no Batman. No Batman. Bruce is still like 8, 9 years old. It's just after his parents have been murdered. So when you see someone like Edward Enigma, aka the Riddler, you're like, that's the Riddler. Why is he working for the police? You know, you meet Harley Quinn as a little girl. You meet Catwoman as a little girl. You know, you see all these characters growing up and like, you're a freaking bitch. You're a psycho. I want to fuck the living shit out of you, even with the pigtails. I don't know what it is about pigtails. And it's just, I am glued to Gotham. I really am.
When the pilot came out, well, not the pilot, yeah, the premiere episode, everybody at the vape shop got so excited. We kept the vape shop open to watch that in the vape shop with all the regulars. I was really hoping that it would click with me so that I could actually have something like that. Because TV's weird with me. Like, it's hard for me to latch on to a TV series and catch it on a regular basis. And I was really hoping that Gotham was going to do that for me. I watched the first episode and it was like, meh. And then I even gave it a second try. Watched the second episode.
Honestly,
it's still like, meh. It just doesn't click. I don't know.
The storyline in Gotham picks up round about the 4th, 5th episode, when you start meeting Maroni and all the other gangsters, and you realise that Fish is trying to start shit. You actually see the inception of Penguin. You actually see the Penguin grow from this nobody holding an umbrella for this mobster into this guy who's planning robberies and killing people. You know what I mean? In one of the episodes, Penguin, Gordon puts a gun to the back of Penguin's head, pulls the trigger. Ordered to do so by Maroni, by the gangsters, okay? He doesn't kill him. He puts the gun next to his head and pulls the trigger. And he goes, hold your breath and swim. And pushes the body, what looks like the dead body, into the river. And you see the penguin swim away. Well, he climbs back up on the other side of the river and stabs a homeless man to death just for his clothes. Then, hitchhikes his way out of town. This really posh kid pulls up in this Cadillac SUV. He stabs the guy to steal his ride. I'm like, that's the Penguin we all know and love. You know, you can literally see these villains growing. You know, and now what they've done with the storyline is they've thrown Jim Gordon into being a night guard at Arkham Asylum. So you literally are seeing people like the Scarecrow and Clayface and all these other villains growing in character while in this mental asylum. Do you see what I'm saying? The show is really coming into its own. And of course, it's the mid-season hiatus of The Walking Dead and Nation Z. Two sides of the same zombie coin, if you will. Walking Dead is more emphasis on the characters and their survival, if you know what I mean. Like, Rick Grimes and whoever and the rest of the group. As where Nation Z was originally about getting a person who was immune to being a zombie, to turning into a zombie, and getting his blood to the CDC so they could farm a cure. Well, there's no more CDC. They didn't get there in time. The zombies got to the CDC before they did, if you know what I mean. And they ended that last episode with a whole bunch of nuclear missiles heading straight for him, and I'm like, I blame you, Eric. You know, it's one of those. The guy looks at you and goes, my name's John. No, it's Eric. And it's always going to be Eric. It's a fucking nuke. Fuck you, Eric. Fuck you. Yeah, it's one of those things where you just, fuck you. But, and my daughter, Melina, okay, she likes watching all the whole Beverly Hills Housewives and whatnot and stuff. And I actually caught her the other day watching an episode of 16 and Pregnant. And I don't know what overcome me, but the dad in me grabbed the remote and threw that fucking thing against the wall and watched it just shatter into a million pieces. And I looked at her and said, don't you even fucking get the idea in your head. And I walked up and I fucking just pulled the power cord right out the wall. I didn't bother turning on the TV. I was that mad. I was like, fuck it. Just pull it right out the wall.
I honestly don't blame you. Seriously, ever since that stupid fucking show came out, more teenagers have been getting knocked up
so they could be on the damn show.
Shot at TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like Teen Mom and all that shit.
Don't get knocked up and get a shot at fucking college.
Yeah. See, now, the thing that pisses me off, okay, is I did a bit of a tangent rant on Twitter, okay, and I'm not going to apologize for it, in which I blasted today's heroes for little girls and heroes for little boys. I remember growing up, my heroes were... Let's see, I mean, comic book wise, I mean, there was Judge Dredd, there was Captain America, Incredible Hulk, you know. I had comic book heroes, but actual physical heroes that I grew up to aspire to be like my father, my uncles, stuff like that. Not once did I see my dad oil himself up, strip down naked, and pop a champagne cork just to pour champagne into a fucking glass in between his butt crack, and put that on fucking Time magazine.
Yeah, that was kind of...
And you know who the fuck I'm talking about. I am not even going to talk about that fucking whore's name. But I'm sorry...
Kim Kardashian.
No. Wash your mouth out with bleach. I'm sorry. That bitch is a mother. Okay? Why can't she put herself in the perspective of her child that she didn't even squeeze out of her cooch? She had a C-section. Okay? Trust me. You can spot the women that are chicken shits. And she is a chicken shit. Her whole family are chicken shits. You know, I swear to God, when that bitch has Christmas dinner, they mourn the turkey because it was probably related to them.
Oh, God.
Chicken shit, motherfuckers. And I'm not taking this shit back because this is my fucking opinion. It's my fucking podcast. Don't like it? Be a guest on the goddamn show. And literally, do yourself a fucking favor. Try and form some kind of an educational defense as to why you stripped naked, covered yourself in baby oil, and thought it would be funny to stick a fucking martini glass or whatever the fuck it was in your butt crack and try to shoot champagne over your head. Seriously! You have a fucking child! Your child's got to grow up with that shit in its face. So when that child murders you in your sleep, along with your fucking husband, who's already lost the goddamn plot, and yes, I'm talking about you, Kanye West. You've lost the plot so bad, you'll turn around and you literally will be West. I swear to God, their kid is going to grow up seeing this shit. Like the pictures and the fact that your mother was in a fucking POV porno. She's gone through so many members of the Dallas Cowboys that she can burp out a bubble of cum.
Oh, God damn it. Pixel Podcast.
Don't give a fuck. This episode's going to be called Laying the Smacketh Down on That Ugly Ass Fucking Hoe. What? And I mean, seriously, what are you? Eastern European? Native American? Puerto Rican? Pick a skin tone! Jesus Christ! You bleach your face worse than Michael Jackson did!
Oh, God.
Fuck! I would rather...
And the next topic, illegal immigrants.
I would rather watch Octomom blow 100 sailors and give birth to all 8 babies through her ass than any fucking shit you touch.
Oh, God.
Literally. And then, see, this is the thing that fucking blew my mind. I looked at Melina and I'm like, why are you watching this shit? Because she said Kim Kardashian mentioned it. So because this stupid bitch mentioned this stupid fucking show, you're thinking about getting pregnant?
Well, hold on 1 second, Danny. I gotta take a selfie.
I mean, seriously. Seriously, I'm like, what the fuck has happened to all the role models for women? Where's
Pink is still one of my biggest role models. I still fucking love the younger Pink.
Pink, she's come into her own, okay? I can forgive Pink for her earlier crap, okay? She's become into a woman of her own. I'll give her props. Now, what about the Audrey Hepburns, the Elizabeth Taylors, the Marilyn Monroes, the Betty Pages, the Sofia Vergara's, where are all the fucking heroes of 1930s, 1940s? They were women. They knew they had cleavage. They didn't whip it out for fucking Jugs Monthly. Unlike you, Miss
Betty Page.
Fucking Kardashian. I have a vintage original Betty Page picture, poster, printed circa 1950s. And I'm getting that fucker framed. Trust me, I'm a big Betty Page fan. Love my Betty Page, love my Marilyn Monroe. The moment I saw Marilyn Monroe versus Cleopatra on ERB, I immediately went, Marilyn Monroe won, end of. And one guy responded like, how can you say that? It goes, because you can't fap the pictures of Cleopatra. And that answer got like 100 and something thumbs up. It's just because you can't fap the pictures of Cleopatra.
Oh, you see,
penis logic, you can't beat it.
All you see is one flat picture on the wall, and she's got one hand on one boob here.
Exactly. How can you fap to that, man? You get sand in your foreskin, and it starts to get irritated.
Oh God!
You see, you can't. Then you get arrested because you're fapping in public inside a pyramid, and then, before you know it, that's the secret essence needed to summon mummies. And before you know it, you're the new mummy king, and there's fucking mummies around the world. But no, the point...
What is wrong with you?
This is my podcast, I can do whatever I want. But no, honestly, I just want to know what the fuck has happened to people's heroes. I really do. I mean, I'm an uncle to several nephews. There are several kids in this town that I used to mentor when I had the youth project, and I flat out asked them. I asked one of them, like, Jason, who's your hero? And it shocked me. He said Martin Luther King. And I'm like, but you're not black. And he goes, no, I'm white, but I still respect the man. He stood up for the rights of his people, regardless of the repression and the hatred he got, even from some people in his own color. There were some blacks that actually wanted to stay slaves. That's all they knew. Why change something that they've always known? It's like if you take a cell phone away from a 12-year-old and hand them the brick phone from the 80s and tell them, have fun. They'll be like, let my people go. They'll start marching down the fucking street, wanting their fucking cell phones back. But I'm serious, okay? I mean, one of my all-time heroes is Bruce Lee, okay? Great actor, regardless of the fact that he did some shady shit in some of his martial arts movies, okay? But he was a humble man, When he found out that one of his movies was on the verge of getting cancelled because they didn't have the money to finish the movie, he said, fine, I'll do the rest of the movie for free. Just so that the movie could go on. So that the sound men could get paid. That the videographers could get paid. You know what I mean? Actors of today don't do that shit.
No.
I mean, he asked Chuck Norris to be in one of his movies, Game of Death. Good, best fight scene I've seen in forever in a lot of martial arts movies. And Chuck Norris was like, I'm busy doing a karate tournament. I can only come for like maybe 3 days. When it's all we need, you're going to die. And he goes, what? He goes, yeah, it's going to be over in like 2 minutes. I snap your neck. It's all good. Chuck Norris went, fine, whatever. Climbed on a plane. Went to Italy. Did the scene. Died. Gave Bruce a hug and said, I'll see you later. Jumped back on a plane and flew all the way back. Now, no other actor's going to do that. For that little minor role, no actor's going to do that. Vin Diesel, okay? One of the all-time hunks of Hollywood. You want to know what his most famous role is? And it's not playing the character you think.
Probably the tree guy from...
Groot? Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. He was in Saving Private Ryan.
Yes, he was.
He was an extra. He got shot by a sniper and laid in the street crying for his mother. Bleeding out. And that's it's that scene from Steven Spielberg that moved him to getting into bigger parts in other movies. Now, even Vin Diesel said if he hadn't have gotten that part, he would never would have carried on acting. He would have just given up and been an oil rig worker like the rest of his family.
Hey, Danny, I will be right back. I gotta grab something to drink.
Mm-hmm. Now work that out. A minor bit role made him into the megastar he is now. You see? And Ethan Hawke, another good actor, when he did Assault on Precinct 13, he actually dislocated his wrist, I think it was, his wrist or his elbow, doing one of the scenes, and continued on doing the movie. Without painkillers,
Yeah, he did that. He did the rest of the entire movie without painkillers or anything.
Yeah, because he didn't want it to affect his mindset or anything, because, you know, and got to give that guy props. I'm not much of a big... I do like Mark Wahlberg. Don't think he's much as a person, you know, because, I mean, he's got the stereotypical character role of always being either the tough guy and I'm sorry, but Family Guy summed it up. Mark Wahlberg's character in every movie is usually a guy in a tank top looking confused. Huh? What? What am I doing? Huh?
Yeah.
What? And that is literally his character in every movie he's done lately. Pain and Gain with The Rock. Huh? What? What am I doing? Huh? What? What am I doing? Lifting weights. Literally, I'm like, oh my God, just go back to rapping. Take the white people back another 50 years. We'll find another Eminem to balance you out. Come on, you know. But no, I mean, he's a good father. He's a, you know, loyal husband to his wife. You know, good father to his kids. His family owns a chain of burgers called Wahlburgers. Believe it or not. His brother Donnie is an actor in a show called Blue Bloods, good cop show. And his brother Donnie looks, you know, from like his from his cheeks up to his eyebrows, looks just like his brother Mark, but acting style's completely different. Donnie can actually act.
Oh wow!
And I'm like, wow, it's like Eddie Murphy's brother. Eddie Murphy's I think it's his older brother. Everyone keeps going, can you do Eddie's laugh? No. Can you do this like Eddie? No. Can you do... No. If you want that, hire Eddie. You know? It's why it's got to be hard. It's got to be hard being in movies and you've got an older sibling or a younger sibling who's more famous than you. I mean,
yeah.
Just ask Justin Bieber. I mean, ask him, you know, how's his younger sister Miley doing? Seriously, if you take a picture of Justin Bieber and Miley Cyrus and do like a pie cut them both in half down the middle and splice either half, they look identical.
Yeah.
I'm like, so Disney has invented cloning. Dun, dun, dun. Lenning Cat approves, you know?
So that's what they do with all those funds.
Yeah, tell me about it. Don't even get me started on Disney and Star Wars and what they're doing. And
oh my God, no.
The amount of memes that have come out since they did that little 2-minute clip of that black guy out in the desert. It's like, they've done a meme like, oh, that was the dreads we're looking for. And so many other bloody stupid Star Wars pun memes. And, you know, people have actually received death threats at Pinewood Studios over the lightsaber design for the Sith.
Good.
Because it has the Excalibur blade things coming out from the sides. That's not Star Wars canon! Jesus Christ. Why don't we just ask Uncle George? Oh, that's right. Waddle Chin fucked off with his money, didn't he?
Waddle Chin.
Look at a picture of George Lucas.
I know.
Seriously, look at a picture of George Lucas when he, you know, like when Star Wars first came out in like the 70s. No waddle chin, no nothing. Now take a look at him. He is literally mutating into Jabba the Hutt. I'm like, if you want to be in your movies that fucking desperately, put on a stormtrooper costume and just stand back as an extra. Don't deform your body and become the new fucking Jabba the Hutt. I swear to God, that man, I swear to God, he will lift up his chin and pull out a pen to sign shit. That's like a storage locker for all his shit is in that waddle of his throat. Now watch, it'll come out that he's got thyroid cancer or some shit, and I'll be like, fuck.
I am such an asshole.
Yes, I am, and I have one, and you know what? I greatly abuse it. But, no, the point is, I have been watching a lot of older shows, a lot of newer stuff, and comparing the two. Like Blue Bloods, I was just mentioning that one. I've been comparing that to NYPD Blue. You know, they're both set in New York. They're both cop shows, you know. Very good cop shows, I might add. There's a new freaking Hawaii Five-0. I've been comparing some episodes of the newer Hawaii Five-0 to the older Hawaii Five-0. This newer one is supposed to be the guys, the main characters from the original movie, the original show. It's supposed to be his son, who's now the leader of the new 5-0 unit. So, you know, they've kept the original theme. I'm like, what's next? The bastard child of the Bionic Man? I'm serious. I'm fucking serious. It's going to be like fucking Robbie the Robot from the old 8-bit Nintendo. We have the technology. We can build him. You know? I mean, come on. I mean, seriously, what's it going to be? The Buck Rogers... Because they've done freaking Battlestar Galactica. So it's going to be either Buck Rogers or the $1 Million Man.
Actually, you know what kind of pissed me off?
What?
A couple years back, well, it was like 10 or something years back, it could have been that long. Well, they came out with that Knight Rider remake, and it didn't make it. And that show was actually pretty decent.
Yep, and then they cancelled it. CBS cancelled it. No, NBC cancelled it, and CBS picked it up for another 4 or 5 episodes, and then they shit-canned it.
Like I said, they're making remakes of these shows.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I said, there was nothing wrong with that show. Val Kilmer is Kit. So what?
Mm-hmm.
So what if it wasn't Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets World?
Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets World is dead.
I know, but I said, so what if it's not him?
Yeah.
Val Kilmer did the job justice.
Yeah. See, now what I would like to see in the first episode is a crossover from the original Kit and the original Michael to, you know, father, son.
Well, he did show up in the first
episode.
episode.
I know, but he didn't show up in the car. Do you see what I'm saying?
Well, do you really think the car was still around by that point? That's why they made a new one.
Yes. Of course. Come on. It's a Chevy. It's not going to... I couldn't say that with a straight face.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Chevy. It's not going to rust.
Kit woke up one day and was like, Michael, my fender wheels are rusting. My transmission is shot.
Well, let's take you to the mechanics. Michael, I'm a secret military projector. You can't take me to just... You're taking me to Pep Boys. Yes, they have the lowest price. No, this podcast is not sponsored by Pep Boys. But no, and see,
Michael, we really need to go to Jiffy Lube.
Yes, I really need my rear end lubed. Yes, don't we all? But no, and see, that's another thing. I honestly miss Star Trek. They should bring back Star Trek. Not this Abrams bollocks lens flare shit. They should bring back a decent Star Trek TV show. Paramount, you've got the fucking money. You've got more money than Sony. You've got more money than MGM. You've got more fucking money than any other fucking film studio, so don't tell me it's about fucking finances. Okay?
No, I will tell you the reason why there is not a new Star Trek series right now. I mean, there have been tons of talk and tons of rumors about it, but the reason, and this may be my own personal opinion, the reason that I think there hasn't been a new Star Trek is because they fucked up so badly with the J.J. Abrams remakes that they honestly don't think that the fan base would come back, which is total bullshit.
Of course, because we're the ones asking for it.
I mean, every Star Trek fan in America, every Star Trek fan around the world would tune in for the premiere of a new Star Trek episode.
Well, it's so bad to the point where they've made Star Trek Continues. That is a fan-made show based on the original Star Trek. Granted, it's not, you know, William Shatner as Kirk and whatnot, but it's the actual original Enterprise. You know, they painstakingly rebuilt the bridge. It's not a CGI bridge. It's an actual original prop scene to scale.
They built it in their garage.
Yeah, they even had Doug Drexler come in and give it the fucking Drexler approval. You know,
which is not hard to do. I mean, excuse me, which is not easy to do.
No, because Doug Drexler is a pimp, man. Props to you, Drexler. You know, and you know, they even had some of the original freaking stage builders come in and give tips. You know, so they could get it very accurate to how it originally was when it first aired. You know, a lot of people want their shit either back or untouched. Like me, if I could, I when I first saw the 18 movie, the remake, I was thinking, if they made a TV show out of this, that would
be
kind of fucking epic.
With Bradley Cooper and frickin' Liam Neeson, hell yeah!
Yeah.
And that random black guy is Mr. T, yeah!
Rampage Jackson. That's
yeah!
Yeah. No, I'm serious. They could have made it back as a TV show. They could have brought it back.
Like, seriously, I've never been able to sit down and watch an original episode of the 18.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But I watched that movie over and over and over because that movie, it was cheesy, but it was awesome.
Oh, yeah. Like the fact they was watching the original episode in the mental hospital.
Right!
When the van busted through the wall.
No, actually, no. They were watching The Great Escape.
Oh, yes. But, no, do you see what I'm saying? They need to bring back some of the original shows. Not this piss poor excuse of, oh, it's gonna cost us $4 million just for fucking costumes. So fucking what? You're gonna...
Or actually, you know what? I would be happy if all these cable and satellite conglomerates would come together and put together a TV station, okay? Just a TV station and call it, like, Rerun TV.
Mm-hmm.
And just pick every show. There's tons of shows out there that aren't on the air anymore. You know, I can name 5 right off the bat. Like, you know, Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica, Knight Rider, The A-Team.
Mm-hmm.
All these classic shows that have such a devoted following by fans, and put them all on one TV network and alternate.
See, and then there's another genre of movie that, according to movie buffs, is dead, and I don't think it is, and that's westerns.
Dude,
think about it. How many times? I mean, look, you got Fury, you've got freaking, you know, White Tiger, you've got all these movies about fucking World War II, right? And yet, the newest Western was the 310 to Yuma. And
actually, no. The last Western kind of thing, which even really wasn't a Western, was that whole Cowboys versus Aliens thing.
No, that wasn't a Western. That nor was Brokeback Mountain. That was George Takei's version of trying to make a screenplay. No, just no. Jake Gyllenhaal, Heath Ledger, no, just God no. Okay, no one.
Fan base, though, Danny.
No one fucks the Joker in the arse. I'm sorry, no.
The fan base, though, Danny.
Fuck the fan base. Okay. The point I'm trying to make is, okay, when it comes to classic TVs, okay, it's got to have 3 things in order to make it just be good. Good cast, good sets, and last but not least, good fucking stories. Stories that are concurrent, that can grip you, that mean shit.
Yeah, good writing is very key.
You know? And Star Trek, even some of the older classic episodes, like on Voyager and fucking Deep Space Nine, they still have relevance. Okay? The episode where Cisco had to try and had to make a decision of whether or not to tell the Romulan ambassador that the data chip he gave him was fake or not. Do you see what I'm saying? And the dilemma he actually faced? Well, some people actually have to face that dilemma every time they go to the club. Think about it. They're standing there getting their groove on, and they're like checking their text and shit, and it's like, oh, this really hot chick's checking you out, and you're like, oh, okay. She start dancing and grooving and getting it on, and one thing leads to another. Next thing, you wake up in the morning with a horse head in your bed, and you realize the horse isn't dead. What?
Blame it on the alcohol.
Yep. Blame it on the go juice. But no, that's my whole point, alright? There are there's still story relevancy in classic shows. And in England, we have a channel called UK Gold. It is a cable channel, and it shows nothing but classic British TV shows, like Hello Hello, Benny Hill, The Krypton Factor, The Price is Right, stuff like, you know what I mean? It shows classic shows, nothing but classic shows. EastEnders, Emmerdale Farm, you know, it just shows nothing but classic shows. See what I'm saying? And I think that would be and see, that's the thing, believe it or not, Buck Rogers is actually technically a dead IP. Because Paramount doesn't do anything with it. It's technically a dead IP. There's been no action figures. There's not been a movie. There's not been a TV show. There's no, T-shirts, cups, posters. There's nothing with it. Paramount literally sits on it and does nothing. Same as there was going to be doing a Aliens TV show.
I don't know if I'd be good with that.
There was actually going to do a new Aliens movie with Sigourney Weaver and Bill Pullman.
Didn't Bill Pullman die?
No, Hicks. Hicks survived.
No, he did. No, he didn't, because that ship crashed on Fury 115, and that's what led into...
No, Hicks survived with Sigourney Weaver. They both got into the escape pod.
Dude, no.
Hicks survived. It's in the... Watch the damn movie!
Dude, that ship crashed on Fury, on that prison planet, when Sigourney Weaver had her head all shaved and stuff.
Hicks survived.
He died.
Hicks survived. Hicks survived. Pullman was going to do it. Weaver was going to do it. But fucking Paramount pulled out. Paramount pulled out too early, like they always do, like a nervous guy fucking a really hot girl. I mean, seriously. There's the guy who did the freaking images and shit. They're everywhere on Facebook and freaking Instagram. You can find them. They did some promo movie art posters with Hicks and Sigourney Weaver on the front of it. Sigourney Weaver freaking went to the gym and started getting all buff again. I mean, I don't know why. She's hot as hell. She doesn't have to get buff. Trust me. Sigourney Weaver is fit. She is a MILF beyond MILF.
Well, she was still good looking when she did Avatar.
Fucking A. Like I said. Okay, Sigourney Weaver is an epic MILF. She will never go bad. She's like a McDonald's hamburger. You can leave that sucker out in the fucking back of your car for months, and it'll never go bad. You can still eat that sucker 2 weeks later past its throw-out date. Why? Because no one knows what's in that damn thing, not even McDonald's. It's like the Pepsi secret recipe for Pepsi. It's like, okay, it's good for getting rid of rust, chrome, toilet stains, and we drink that? Secret ingredient, bleach. Shock horror. And there's still fat fuckers out in the middle of Texas and Oklahoma chugging that shit down. Probably spurting. What did he just say? Chug, chug, chug. Yeah. Enjoy diabetes.
Looks over at Pepsi empty bottle and that's...
You mean the Coke cans for you?
Well, there's cans and
now I'm going to get back to gaming real quick. I've got a quick question for you guys. When you're gaming, what is your poison of choice when you game?
Oh, God.
I know Jinxie's going to say any energy drink.
For me, when I'm gaming and when I'm, like, seriously gaming, it has to be either Mountain Dew or Pepsi and pizza rolls.
Okay. So, Mountain Dew and pizza rolls. What about you, Jinxie? You're muted. You're muted.
We can't hear you.
You're muted.
I realize that now. No, surprisingly, well, my dog was barking and I didn't want him to bark up the stream. But surprisingly, no. Energy drinks are my wake up early in the morning or my late night stream thing. That's my crack choice. I actually have one right here.
Yeah, Full Throttle. P.S. Not sponsored by Full Throttle. Would love to though, but not.
They are not sponsored.
Not
They're
sponsored.
just my favorite.
We would like to be sponsored though.
By Full Throttle, I would.
Hint, knock off.
Yeah, hint,
But,
nudge.
no, actually, surprisingly, what I usually drink when I game is Dr. Pepper. It's my poison of choice.
Ah, the Dr. Pepper.
Sugar treat.
The
The sugar treat.
You know, if they made a Dr. Pepper energy drink, that shit would go right out of stock.
They could like supply me for life, and you know.
My poison of choice, it depends on what I'm playing. If I am playing like an RTS or an MMO or a JRPG or something that doesn't need really twitchy
Mm-hmm.
reflexes, I'm just happy with either water or a Gatorade mix, you know, like the powdered stuff you can get, like the Mios and stuff. I'm happy with that, or maybe like an orange juice or something, or a Canada Dry for some. You know, I'm happy with that. But if
Not sponsored by Canada Dry.
Definitely not sponsored by Canada Dry. Now,
Anything I show, we are not sponsored by. Let's just make that clear. I
Yes.
just don't talk very well when I'm shoving my face full of food.
yes, I'm not sponsored by Crystal, Geisha, Natural, Alpine Spring Water either.
And I'm not sponsored by Goodfellas Vapors.
Although he wants to be.
Yes, because this juice is
These are
awesome.
just things that we like that we're addicted to. Like me, I like Quaker Juice S'mores. Quaker never
You're gonna get a kick out of this. Okay, are you ready? Look what I finished off earlier.
You guys suck.
I finished off the variety pack, and
I love the peanut butter chocolate chip ones.
yep, they were the first ones I went to. And the s'mores.
Oh, you guys suck.
Yeah, I like those, but if I can help it, believe it or not, the food I tend to have on my side when I'm just, you know, editing movies, videos, stuff like that, is I have either like an apple or an orange or nuts.
I just went out and bought a whole bunch of fruits and nuts at the supermarket.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all can't help but you like nuts in your mouth.
Oh yeah, I love salty nuts in my mouth. Let me put my balls in your mouth. No, chef. No, I even have like walnuts, chestnuts, pecans, cashews. I just have some are salted, some are unsalted.
Who's Chet and why do you have his nuts?
I don't know. And sometimes I'll even have raisins. I'll just have like a little box of raisins. This small finger food to get me through while I'm eating, you know, while I'm working.
Everything ever. Banana with peanut butter and raisins. I will eat that all day.
Yep. I mean, right here is a banana skin because I had a banana earlier. Like I said,
Shut your foul mouth.
I wasn't going to say anything. I was going to say another thing that I like to eat when I'm gaming is I'll eat oodles of noodles while I'm gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I bought cup ramen too.
Yep.
I bought ninja ramen.
I get the cup of noodles. I get the noodles in little polystyrene cups. You just pour hot water on it.
Yeah, screw that. I hate that.
No,
I gotta have the bricks.
Well, no, because I cheat because I actually have. Where did I put that sucker? Oh,
he has some sort of ghetto rig in his office for this.
I do not have a ghetto rig. I actually have a candle warmer that I leave it plugged in, and I just put my noodles on top of that, and it keeps my noodles.
Dude,
warm.
I have a microwave and a fridge in my room. Yeah. I ain't even playing. When I'm in here to game, I've got a mini fridge and a fucking microwave.
And a bucket. Don't ask what the bucket's for, but there's a bucket.
Like South Park. Bathroom!
The only reason there's no fucking bucket is because everything I need is literally right outside my door.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the other day in one of the other podcasts, I was watching a Hearthstone tournament, and one of the guys in the tournament had a fucking coffee pot. Right here, a percolator. Literally, right next to his fucking mouse and keyboard. And he's like...
I would too. My next goal when I finally move, the way my desk is going to be set up, I'm going to have my microwave here, my mini fridge down here, and I'm going to have a fucking coffee pot.
Yep.
Actually, no. Get yourself a Keurig.
Mm-hmm.
We just got one of those for Christmas. Those things kick so much ass.
Oh, that's the single coffee pot maker, isn't
yes.
it? Yeah.
I don't like single We used to
You
have
pop
them.
a cartridge in?
I even have a soda stream in my kitchen, so I make my own fizzy drinks.
Oh, I love those things.
Danny, I have to ask. Does that thing, like, when they say it actually tastes like Pepsi, does it taste like Pepsi or Coke?
Yes, it's the same syrup. It's from Coke. It's from the Coke company. It's from Pepsi. It's their syrup.
Really, all they do is take their syrup, bottle it, and send it out.
Yeah, it's their syrup. They just put it in the box for you, like what you get like when you go to a restaurant and they have the like a McDonald's and they have those fountains.
The bag in a box.
Yeah, that's all it is. You just put it in there. You measure the cap. You measure it out properly. Put it in. Circle it in. You turn it till it clocks. Well, it clicks, and then you just pump it. And then you hold it.
Gotta pump it, baby. Yeah. Oh yeah, pump it. Ooh.
You gotta pump it and make sure it doesn't explode in your face. But I don't have that problem. But
so the machine, we're going to pump you up.
Pump you up. But yeah, no, you just pump it maybe X amount of times. It will say. Well, that's the thing. It will say on the box. Some are 3, some are 5. The Mountain Dew one is actually 8.
Mm-hmm.
No shit.
Yeah, and so yeah, me and Michelle, we will go through like $60 worth of freaking SodaStream stuff. And the CO2 bottles, I get them refilled at my local paintball store.
Free. You can refill for free.
No, I go to my local paintball store. They refill it for me for $5. Along with my paintball gun. So it's like, yeah, fill them up for me, Frank. He's like, I fill up this more than your paintball gun. What are you doing? I'm like, SodaStreaming. He's like, oh, good lord.
You twat.
No, he'll fill them up for me, and it's like $20 off what you get at Walmart, and you have to take the old ones in, and they don't even recycle them. They don't exchange them. You have to hand them the old one, then you buy the new one at the full price, and then you get like this stupid mail-in rebate crap.
Well, you know what? Before, what they were doing at Walmart, you could take in the old bottles, take them in, say you take in 2 of the old bottles, get 2 new bottles for free. Mm-hmm. And then they'd refill the old bottles and repack them and sell them.
Yep. Don't do that, and don't do that at the price
they stopped
Walmart.
doing it. I was so fucking mad because people were doing it all the time. Mm-hmm. People were going in, buying 10 of them, bringing 10 back, getting 10 more.
All you got to do, sweetheart, is if you really want to keep doing them, just take the tanks over to any place that does paintball, and it has a CO2 machine. You can just take them.
My brothers do paintball. I'll take it to there.
The adapter's identically the same. Identically, they'll just go. They'll do like a pressure test on it to make sure it can hold the pressure, and then they'll go, okay, psst, you're filled, and hand it right back to you. And
I'm making my little brothers take it when they go to paintball on Fridays.
Exactly, it'd usually be between maybe $5 to $8, depending on the price of how much they charge. Mm-hmm. For me, it's $5, and I get all 3 of mine charged. So I've always got a charged one in my thing. And I have Mormon friends who come over and they don't drink caffeinated stuff. So I have decaffeinated stuff as well. I have like Shasta and whatever, and stuff like that.
Shasta.
Do not disrespect the Fanta strawberry or the Fanta grape. That shit I will rip your colon out for. And that's decaffeinated.
Fanta, don't you want it?
Well, see, that's the thing. I bought like 9 of those freaking 12 packs to do the marathon, thinking they had caffeine.
Nope.
Got home, and Michelle's like, you do know they don't have caffeine, right? And I'm like, no bollocks, they don't. What? Caffeine free. Shut up!
Ah, bitch!
Went back and grabbed 9 packs of freaking Pepsi. So for like 2 months straight, my back porch had like a wall of freaking 12 packs. I just walk up, just grab one, and they were always ice cold, because that part of my house is always either in the shade because of the trees during the summer, or it's always covered in snow and the sun never hits it during the winter. That is always ice cold. I don't necessarily have to have a freezer anymore.
You have to be careful with that. Those cans will explode.
Oh,
they get cold.
Oh, I know. But no, that's all I do. I just stack them out there. I went to our food bank, and they gave us 2 great big fucking 50-pound bags of potatoes. I'm like, I know I'm Irish, but come on, motherfuckers. What am I supposed to do with this? Drink them? Ooh, that's an idea. No, eat them. So I've literally got 2 50-pound sacks of potatoes out on my porch. doing just perfectly fine. No mold, no wrinkles, no nothing. My wife went to the store. She bought a small bag of potatoes. She can't use half of them because half of them have already gone bad. I'm like, you know, and she goes, how the hell do you do it? I'm like, because I'm Irish, that's why, you know. And
look at the Irish.
Yeah, no, look at the Irish here. It's hard to do with Miss Lady. No, and seriously, I've always known, because I used to love going camping with my dad. Me and my dad's idea of camping is all he takes with him is a knife. That's it. No sleeping bag, no tent, nothing. Just a knife. And I'm not talking like, screw the fucking end off, you got a fucking, you know, life jacket, fucking digital compass. No. You open that fucker up, there's a note in there that says, ha ha, you suck, love Dad. That's what my dad used to leave in my knife. He would have a match, a fucking compass and shit in his, but my dad's idea of camping with me was to leave a little note in the handle of my freaking knife that said, haha, you suck. Fend for yourself. And so I'd make snares, I'd make traps, I'd make my own bed, I'd make my own tent, I'd pick... Oh, trust me, dude. Right now, if I wanted to go camping, Michelle's like, okay, we'll get the trailer... Okay, yeah, a camper. Her idea of camping is taking the house with you. That's just moving. You're a carny. That's not camping. You're
That's a carnying.
You're a gypsy. That's not camping. Camping is you, elements. Who wins? Who dies? You decide. You know? Literally.
In the next episode.
Exactly. No, I'm serious. So... I've actually gone camping with friends, and they carrying, you know, 100 pounds plus of stuff on their back, and I'm just standing there in a zip-up fleece, pair of gloves, no earmuffs, no nothing, and my knife, and they're like, well, we'll see you in a couple of hours when you decide to say fuck this and go home. They came up to where I was camping. I had made my own tent, I had made my own bed, I had a fire started already. I had already caught 2 rabbits and was in the process of skinning them and cooking the meat. And I looked at him and goes, hi guys. And they were like, how the fuck did you do all this? And I'm like, let me guess, Chad was having an issue with his pop-up tent, right? Yeah, that's their idea of camping. Pull a thing, make the thing pop up, climb in, roll your sleeping bag down, peg down your tent, go to bed. You lazy fuckers. No wonder why your caveman ancestors wanted to just jump into the mouth of a dinosaur. Especially if you're his offspring. A real fucking man goes out and fights. I mean, if I ever found out I was dying of cancer, you want to know what my final make-a-wish would be? To fight a bear with just a knife. Either I eat good that night, or that bear eats good that night. Either way, it's all good. It's going down. And I'm serious. Half my friends think I'm fucking nuts. But I've stared down wolves, mountain cats, because we get local little mountain lions. I've stared them down. I've stared down wolves. I've stared down a brown bear. None of this whole, oh, lay on the ground like it, no, fuck you, bring it, you cunt! And the bear turned around and ran. I'm like, fucking pussy. My friend looks at me and goes, you are fucking bollocks crazy. And I'm like, don't you know it? The bear did, that's why he ran. Oh, and don't worry. You know, we have the whole philosophy of, how'd you survive a bear attack? Outrun your friend? Yeah, the bears have the same thing about me. Oh, I'm serious. I'm not afraid of any fucking thing.
My grandpa used to wrestle bears.
I went out to a place called Swinging Bridge out here in Utah. And no, it's not a gay club. But I went to they've got this rock formation. And Michelle was telling me, be careful, because, you know, rattlesnakes and whatever are by those rocks. I'm like, oh, cool. So I walked right over there, lifted up a rock, and what did I see? A fucking rattlesnake staring at me, tail waggling and everything. I'm like, aren't you such a cool little rattlesnake? And my wife's like, are you talking to a rattlesnake like a puppy? I'm like, yeah, pretty much. Aren't you such a cool... Rattlesnake's got this look on his face like, you are fucking nuts.
Oh, no, I remember when I was little, we lived out kind of in the country, you know, and my grandma came out and was like, what are you doing? And I go, I'm playing with the worm. She goes over and it's a bunch of baby rattlesnakes.
Mm-hmm. Playing with the
I'm
worm.
just playing with the nest of rattlesnakes. She's like, look at the worm.
A little worm, yeah.
And she looks at me, she goes, this fucking kid has no fear. I still to this day love snakes.
I have no fear whatsoever. And I'm standing there, and I was playing with this, and then another fucking rattlesnake comes up, and it's doing this whole shit, and I'm like, Pat, shut up, I'm talking to him. And the rattlesnake, I just
You wait
looked,
your turn.
Lily, the rattlesnake's like, motherfucker just hit me.
You wait your turn. I'm having a conversation with this one.
And my friend Mike comes over, and Mike looks down and he goes, holy shit. Now, I mean, Mike was a big guy. I mean, he was like 300 plus pounds. He was a big fucking guy. And he's like, dude, and he grabs me by my shirt and pulls me backwards. I'm like, what the fuck, man? And he goes, those are fucking rattlesnakes. I'm like, yeah, so, I don't care.
I know, we were planning tea next week. Fuck.
I'm like, we're just having brunch. Come on. Getting into one with nature, you know? Half my friends think I'm nuts. The other half don't know what to think of me. You two are probably my only sane friends. I'm serious. The rest...
I would pay money to walk up next to you and watch you just go whack and fucking thump a rattlesnake on the fucking head.
Wait, no. You think I'm sane?
Yeah. Just a wee bit. But no, well, Mike, you're coming out here soon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Swinging bridge, dude. I'll go out there and I'll show you. See that little... Remember me? Motherfucker, it's him.
Not this fucker again.
Oh, trust me. I've... Let's say I went to Little Bear Campground, and the first thing I asked is, why is it called Little Bear Campground? And they say, because there's a local little friendly bear. People feed him, and the park rangers keep telling you, please don't feed him, and whatnot. But this bear has been completely humanized. Okay? He'll come up, he'll stick his head in your fucking tent and lick you and shit. He's basically like a dog, you know? And so I'm like, oh, okay. Challenge accepted. And my friend's like, what? And I goes, challenge accepted. And he goes, what challenge? I'm like, me and a bear. Challenge accepted. And he goes, no, don't hurt the bear. The bear's friendly. I'm like, depends on what you're doing, really, isn't it? What do you mean? If you're getting it down with a woman and you get a cold tongue right across your butt cheek, are you going to finish your performance?
Yes.
I don't think so.
I
He
would.
sticks his nose in my fucking tent, this knife's going to go right into his jaw. And I'm going to have a fur skin rug to fuck my woman on. And plenty of meat to eat. No, see, that's the thing. I bow hunt, okay? I'm not going to lie. I do hunt. I bow hunt. I don't...
Me too. I bow hunt too.
Yeah, I do not hunt with rifles. I have plenty of rifles, but I don't hunt with them. They're for protection of my wife and my kids and myself and whatnot from tyranny. Damn you, government.
Yeah, rifles are for people.
Exactly. My bow, I go bow fishing, I go deer hunting, I go elk hunting, I go, I go hunting with my friends. And when we go bow hunting, we all go bow hunting. And we've all got a set weight limit, which is usually 2 kills. 2 kills is our weight limit, depending on the size of the deer you get. And last hunting season I went, which was 2 years ago, I went with my friend Bucky, his dad Raymond. I went with Bucky, Raymond, and Raymond Jr., which is Bucky for short. We call it Bucky for short. I went with Bucky, his dad.
Oh, is Bucky the cave troll in the basement?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so I went, and then he's going to watch this and, motherfucker, well, I am, so I went with him, his dad, Pete, and a few other friends. And we all went in, and Bucky's like, oh, I got my new broadhead, and he was all happy about his brand new fucking bow that he paid $1,500 for. And the bow I inherited from a friend who passed away and left it to me in his will. The bow I'm using was built during Vietnam. It was used in Vietnam to kill Viet Cong.
Like straight up fucking Sylvester Stallone. Nice.
Straight up to kill Viet Cong. And he left that to me and a military M16A1, fully automatic M16 to me. Still got.
And you have that still?
Oh yeah. I can't sell it. I can only transfer it upon my death. I can't sell it. I can't even trade it because it's still got the U.S. Army stamp on it. Because he bought it. You see what I'm saying? He bought it from the army when he was discharged. And you can't sell it on from there. You can only give it to people through your will. It's part of the US laws. So when I die, that gun is going to my daughter, Melina. And when she dies, that gun's going probably to a museum, because by then everyone will have laser guns and phasers and fucking whatnot. But I have that, but I've never taken that to go hunt. I've taken it to the range, clean it up, sight it in, stuff like that. And one of the local SWAT guys was like, what the fuck is that? He's come over and goes, oh, this is a Walmart piece of shit. And I'm like, no, it ain't, mate. See that stamp, US Army? Yeah. See that target over there? Yeah. Fucking, there was a face on that target. He's now got a hole about the size of a tangerine. And that's at 400 yards. I looked at him and went, care to try and do that? And I goes, these are 5.56, not 22 LRs. Sorry, mate. And the guy's like, holy shit. And then he starts questioning, how the hell did I get a US military grade weapon? And goes, my friend left it to me in his will. Really? Yep. Showed him the paperwork and everything. Got approved. Passed the federal background check. Everything. Got that. I got his helmet, and some of his other personal effects. Military personal effects. Because he knows I'm going to take care of them. And they are sitting in a Foot Locker in my basement right now. With the combo code that I'm not going to tell you. Because it's mine. And my bow is sitting in my bedroom above my bed.
Moves to Utah, cracks the code.
Can't crack the code because it cracks my fingerprint. So unless you cut my left hand off.
There are other ways of getting your fingerprint, just saying.
We'll try. But anyway, I have that. But I like to go bow hunting. And when I go camping, I take my bow with me. Not to hunt, but for protection. And most people are like, what the fuck are you going to do if a bear is like 5 feet from you? I goes, you do realize that this bow at 77 pounds launches this aluminum arrow at just over 1,400 pounds feet per second, right? And he goes, what? I goes, this arrow will go through your truck. No, it won't. So, what did I do? I took an arrow and I shot it through the door of his truck. It went through his truck, through his other truck. It went through the passenger door, clean through the cab, and out the driver's side door, and got stuck in a tree about 15 feet away. Looked at him and went, yeah, that's what it will do to you. And he was pissed because I put holes in his brand new 88 Ford 250 pickup. I'm like, it's an 88. You can buy the damn doors at freaking Ward's 4x4 for like $20 a pop.
And I'll put them on.
Fucking brand new. So, got pissed, and his dad saw the holes in his door, and he goes, oh, so Danny's bow did that. And he went, how the fuck did you know? And he goes, because your newer piece of shit won't do that. Yeah, it will. Took his brand new freaking bow that he just bought, took a shot, the arrow went donk and bounced off the door. And he went, ain't gonna do it. You don't have the cam size, because his cams are really tiny. My cams are like fucking this. They are fucking huge. Your cam size compared to your string and the limb tension is what determines your arrow strength. So, but my arrow has been used to kill human beings, deer, elk. I did see a moose, but I didn't get a clean shot on him. I'm like, ooh, a fucking moose. Damn right. Either this is going to kill him or really piss him off and I'm going to die. Either way, it's all good. And I sighted in, and I'm like, I've reached my bag limit. If I kill this fucker, I'm going to get fined. Fuck. Lucky bastard. I was going to put a fucking arrow right in the fucking needle of his chest, right into his heart. Would have dropped him stone cold dead.
And you'd have a nice set of moose antlers above the bed.
And then I would worry about how I'm going to get an 1,800-pound moose home.
Cut that fucker up.
Pretty much. Well, no, my local Ace store here in town, they also have a taxidermy section. And they have racks of deer, elk, moose, bear, mountain lion, everyone else. And the owner, Pat, his son, Mike, when he goes hunting, he tends to put one of them up there, But what we all do is we donate the meat to the local food bank. So it's not like the meat's going to waste, you know what I mean? we'll have, you know, we'll make up some sausage, especially if we're doing hog hunt. I love hog hunt. Wild pig, fuck yeah, that thing will gorge you to death. Oh, trust me, I've figured out many ways to die against animals of the wild and how to kill them. But anyway, we also do a local hog hunt. And we take the sausage, you know, like the pork meat, and we turn it into sausage and pork chops and stuff like that and whatnot. I keep some for myself, but I always give stuff away to my friends and family, you know. And we have a deal in our hunting pack. If we kill a deer over 200 and something pounds, like it was an arbitrary number, 230 something pounds. I think it was 238. Bucky's weight at the time. That we donate all the meat to the Utah Food Bank. And we were like, all right, fine, we're up for that. And the one I bagged was 418 pounds. Male. It was only a 3-pointer. He wasn't really that big, but it was a good kill for me. But yeah, he's 400 and something. Bucky's dad was like, nice, here, and hands me his carving set. It's like 90 fucking knives in the damn thing. And he's like, cut her up. So I stood there for like 4.5 hours cutting up this damn deer. You know, sausage, this, that, spleen, guts, heart, liver, blah, 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 you know, cutting it all up. And they come back to me, and they were expecting, you know, me not to have done it. And they were like, oh, Bucky's dad was impressed. Bucky's face turned white. I'm like, what's up, Buck? And he goes, I've never seen so many guts. And I'm like, then clearly you've never been shark fishing with me then. No, I've hunted shark. Shark fishing is absolutely the best thrill in the universe. Not that caged fucking shark fishing shit. No. Fuck that shit. That's for the tourists out in Hawaii. I'm talking proper open water, me, fucking great white. Bring it on, you motherfucker. Either I'm gonna eat good or you're gonna eat good. You know? And that's me. I mean, I've done, let's see, blue nose, basking, hammerhead, great white, brown tiger. Yeah. I've killed 6 different species of shark when I used to go shark fishing with my dad. And I was always the bait. That was my dad's idea. He didn't like chumming water because chum was, you know, boring. So my dad would literally smother me in blood and guts and shit and then throw me overboard and told me to act like I can't swim. And I'm like, but I can't! That's it, you're doing great!
That's horrible.
That was my dad. And then my dad would go, and that's the thing, my dad and my uncle and all his friends are standing there with binoculars looking outside for freaking, you know, for sharks and shit. And he goes, Finn, okay, count to 5. 1, 2, 3. My dad pulls me out just as his fucking tiger shark comes up to bite me, and I swear it missed my puckered arse cheeks by like an inch, if that. And my dad goes, stabs it right in the freaking gill with a fucking baiter's hook, and then just drags that fucker. It took my dad, my uncle, and his friend to pull this fucking tiger shark up onto the damn boat. And it's, I mean, the shark was fucking flipping and blood and shit going everywhere, teeth fucking going crazy. And I'm like, oh, okay. So what do? I get brave. I walk up and I kick the fucking thing. You motherfucker. Almost broke my foot.
Well, you kicked Darth Vader. Why not kick a frickin' tiger shark?
That's an interesting story. I was in nursery school, and in England, the actor who played Darth Vader played another character called the Green Cross Code Man. You know, look left, look right, you know, before you cross the road, sort of thing. And I'm sitting there, and he's in his Green Cross Code uniform, and no one's paying attention to him. You know, how you doing, Lee? We're all fucking around, and he was getting pissed. So he turns around, walks off stage, comes back dressed as Darth Vader. Okay, and everyone's like, oh, holy fuck, and starts scooting back and scooting back and scooting back. Not me. I'm sitting there looking at him like. And he looks down at me and goes, aren't you afraid? I'm like, what, of a pussy who couldn't kill his own dad? Nah. Couldn't kill his own son? No. Why should I be afraid of you? And he goes, I will use the dark side to kill you. I get up and go, and I kicked him right in the shin. No, I ain't.
Dark side, that motherfucker.
And I'm like, come at me, bro. Literally, I was like, I swear that's the first ever incantation of come at me, bro, on planet Earth was me kicking Darth Vader in the shin. I got expelled from school. My dad had to come and get me. And I'm sitting in the headmaster's office, and my dad's like, why did you kick the guy? And he goes, because it was Darth Vader. My dad's like, what? Sticks his head out, sees the guy who plays Darth Vader, and goes, oh, hey, how you doing? You know, because my dad was a stormtrooper in the movies. So, and they were all talking, they were having fun. He goes, your son kicked me in my damn shin. And he goes, he's like 4, 5. What's he going to do, bruise ya? You're like fucking 6 foot something, 300 and something fucking pounds. Fuck, your turds are bigger than my boy. You know? And he goes, son, come here. And you got something to say to him? And he goes, don't you have something to say to this man? And I went, yes, kill your son next time. And my dad just looks at me and starts rolling. And I mean, he's laughing. I never heard my dad, you know, that proper good old fucking belly chuckle laugh that you get at a really good classic movie, you know, like Caddyshack or you know,
Monty Python,
you know, a proper good old fucking belly chuckle, a chuckle so hard that makes your ribs hurt and your nipples go hard, you know, a proper fucking laugh, you know, and my dad's laughing, and then eventually the guy starts chuckling and goes, you know what, you're right, I should have done it, I should have killed him, little blonde bastard. He turns around and walks away, and I'm like, atta boy, go get him, you know. And that Halloween, I actually went out dressed as Darth Vader. That Halloween. and my dad went dressed as a stormtrooper, So that was pretty cool.
Did he actually wear the armor though? The actual in-movie armor?
Yes,
with the burnt in the chest?
Yes, he did. Because Lucas was having issues paying the extras, and my dad and my uncle walked off the set with the armor while I was still wearing it. And they said, oh, we're just going to get a cup of tea, and they never came back. Not for like a week until they got a paycheck. And when they came back, it was like, oh, well, okay. And then they read the fine print in their contract, and because Lucas broke the contract, they could keep they got to keep the suits as a lieu of payment. So they got issued new suits, new armor, and everything else, while the old originals sat at home. And me and my brother are running around wearing them on our heads. My mum's got a picture of me wearing, was it A-Team or Ghostbusters Y-fronts? I think it's Ghostbusters Y-fronts. And a fucking Stormtrooper helmet from the movie on my head. And I've got a chair arm as a gun. Because my nan didn't like guns in her house. So I'm walking around going, pew, 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 pew.
Take that, rebel scum!
Yeah, die, you rebel scum! Yeah. And my nan's got so many pictures of me as a kid, it's not even funny. Curly freaking hair, blonde hair and everything. And I know, Mohawk. Much better. Sorry. I'm sorry, the next bounty hunter... The next badass bounty hunter in the new Star Wars movie, he better have a fucking mohawk. I'm sorry, he better have a fucking mohawk. If not, I am putting on some Mandalorian armor, and I am finding J.J. Abrams, and I will hunt him down like a T-1000. But that is what I did as a kid. Now, gaming-wise, okay, I've got a quick question for you, gaming-wise. What was your very first ever game you played, Mike?
Ooh. Very first game I ever played?
Mm-hmm.
I remember my father had an original Nintendo, and I remember sitting up and watching my father play Mario. Mm-hmm. But the first game that I ever really played was probably Sonic 2 on the original Sega Genesis.
You, Miss Jinxie? I know I had a Sega, but I don't remember it. But the first one that really just, when I played, I was like, oh, it was Xeno Warrior Prince for PlayStation 1. That's my most memorable first game.
Nerd.
My very first game I ever played was...
Pong.
Actually, yes, it was. No, I'm serious. It was Pong. I had the ColecoVision Pong. Then I had the Radio Shack Pong, or the Tandy Pong, because in England Radio Shack's called Tandy. I had the Tandy Pong, but the first ever proper video game I ever played was Alex the Kid in Wonderland on the Sega Master System. The original Master System, the Mark II Master System. But at the same time, I was also playing Mario Brothers, so it's a toss between the two. Because my brother was the Nintendo whore. I was the Sega guy. I'm sorry, boo me now. I loved Sega. I preferred...
Blast processing.
Hey. Sega does what Nintendo don't. I even remember the fucking slogan, motherfucker. Because I had it on a t-shirt. But no, I was the Sega guy. My brother was the Nintendo whore. But at the same time, I also had a Commodore. I had a Commodore 64. So, you know, when it comes to gaming, it's all over the place. But I remember my brother getting pissed because Mortal Kombat didn't come out on the 8-bit Nintendo, but it came out on the Master System. So, granted, you could only play 4 characters. You could play Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Liu Kang, or Sonya Blade. But I had Mortal Kombat and he didn't. He had fucking Robbie the Robot and Dig Dug and all these other stupid games.
Well, my first experience with Mortal Kombat was actually on Sega. It was, we had got, I don't know if you probably didn't have this in Britain. We had, in the States for a while, they had a thing called Sega Channel.
No.
Yeah.
The Sega TV.
No. Basically, what it was a cartridge that fit into your regular Sega. And it had an adapter that plugged into your cable line. And basically, once a month, they'd give you a list of all these games, of all the Sega titles you could ever imagine. Mm-hmm. And every month, they would change the games. So like we had all the Sonic games, and then, you know, Earthworm Jim and Turok, and, you know, I can't remember the name of the game.
I was pissed that fucking Metroid never came to Sega. We never got a good Metroid or Zelda. We never got a good RPG-ish game until Castlevania. And then I was like...
Even though Simon's Quest was like, fuck.
Doesn't matter. Don't matter. We actually had a game that was comparable to Metroid and you know. But... No, honestly, I can still remember the arguments I would have with my brother to this day. Okay, on Sega, the A and the B button are flipped. On Nintendo, it's B and A. On Sega, it's A and B.
Yeah, A, B, and C. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you see what I'm saying? And so when my brother started playing Alex the Kid, he was always wondering, why am I punching and not jumping? Because you're pressing the wrong button. Mother! And he would get pissed and throw the fucking controller down and all this shit. And the one thing I absolutely got upset about was the fact that the Game Genie, the little thing you could put in and put the game on it to put cheat codes in, the Game Genie came out for the Nintendo before it came out for the Sega.
I remember the first Game Genie we ever got was for PlayStation 1. The PlayStation 1 has a port in the back. The Game Genie would just plug into.
With a little toggle switch. Yeah. Now, I remember having the Game Genie on, let's see, my 8-bit Nintendo, my Super Nintendo, because the only way you could play American and Japanese games on the British Super Nintendo is to use the Game Genie. Because the British Super Nintendo had this weird curved lip corners, and so the square American cartridges wouldn't fit, and the tiny Japanese cartridges would be too small. So you had to use the Game Genie as an adapter. And the way you did that was you slotted in a British cartridge behind it, and then the imported game went on top. And so I had a whole bunch of imported freaking Japanese games and whatnot. And
then remember the books he would buy?
Yeah, the code books. Yep.
The code books that had like every single game that ever had been put out for this console.
Yep.
And then
over 8,000 codes. Holy shit! I gotta get it.
And then it was just literally like, it wasn't even like cheat codes. It was like numbers to put into the Game Genie.
Yep. And they were so stingy with the ink in England, they wouldn't tell you what the codes did. So you were just putting random codes in and wondering what the fuck they did. Yeah. See, I had the Game Genie for my 8-bit Nintendo, for my Super Nintendo. When my brother got bored with them and didn't want the consoles anymore. Then they eventually came out with one for the Sega Mega Drive, or the Genesis. Got that one. Then I got the one for the PlayStation 1. I got one for the Dreamcast, which was Bleamcast or something. Which is weird, because when you put the cheat CD in, it gave you a picture of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I didn't question it.
I
Seems legit. Totally legit.
Seems legit, you know.
It was one of those, just let it go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let it go.
Just let it go.
Why not?
Go, yeah. And then I got one. I remember getting my very first Game Shark CD. It was blue for my fucking PS2. I remember putting it in my PS2, closing it, and getting all the cheat codes for Tekken and stuff to unlock all the characters, so I didn't have to bother playing the fucking game endlessly. And then I remember the CD getting scratched and taking it to a CD buffing place, and the fuckers forgot to turn on the moisture, and it curved my CD like a banana.
Oh. Did you ever have a disc doctor though?
Yep, and those fuckers never worked either.
Dude, they did though.
Not in England.
For me.
And then the whole trick of using toothpaste or a banana or washing it in the toilet, flush it with a toilet cup. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? You know?
I mean, I've heard the toothpaste. I've heard polish like brass polish works as well.
The benzene, the benzoacetylene, yeah. Tried that. It melted one of my discs.
Oh yeah, like I said, the coolest thing though, because like I said, we got a PlayStation 1 a fluke. I had never, besides the Sega and the Nintendo, when the PlayStation 1 first came out, I was, we were so mind boggled by it. My stepfather even went to us and said, "Don't put CDs in this. Yeah. This is not a CD player. This is a game." So we ended up getting the PlayStation 1, and then of course that triggered. Like, in my house now, video games are like... My mother and stepfather will literally sit up and play games. Like, they played all the Fable games. Mm-hmm. They played Elder Scrolls.
Chicken Kicker.
They played Dragon Age. They played a bunch of different games. I mean, but it started off with that PlayStation 1, and like I said, the scratched discs was like the most horrible thing on the planet. And then one day, Carl comes home with the disc doctor. The little black plastic thing with that weird green circle in the middle of the side of it.
Yep.
And it had the little draw, and you put the pad on, and you put the polish and shit on.
Well, our ones were electric. We didn't wind it. Ours was electric.
This one had the little, old school car window crank.
Yeah.
You can watch it spin.
Yeah, ours was electric. When you put it in, you had use 2 AA batteries, and you flick a little switch. You still had the green little vent thing on it, and you'd see it buffing your fucking CDs and shit. And that fucking shit griped me, because I remember I was going to my friend Michael's, and Michael had just got a copy of Thrill Kill, which is a game that's still banned in England, in which you play a serial killer, and you're in a room with other serial killers, and you have to kill each other, and the last serial killer standing gets his freedom. And I mean, my favorite was Dr. Balkus, because he was a neurosurgeon that went nuts and carved up people like meat, and his weapon of choice was a scalpel. And there was another guy with a chainsaw, another guy with a fucking rocket launcher, and the game was, it's called Thrill Kill. The game is still banned in England, okay? Along with Manhunt. All the Manhunts are still banned in England.
I don't think I ever played Manhunt.
Manhunt, you play a serial killer who's been released from prison, and you make snuff movies. They'll give you like a plastic bag and tell you, beat this bitch to death. So you take the plastic bag, you put it over her head, and you start punching her in the head as she's choking to death. I have a copy of the game. And yeah, Manhunt is nothing but making a snuff movie. A constant snuff movie. There's another one where they give you a fucking glass... There's another one where... And there was another one where they give you a full, intact glass bottle and tell you, kill that man with it. And so I'm like, okay, so I'll just smash him over the head and stab him in the throat. No. You take the bottle and you insert it into his anus. And then you kick him in the arse and you watch it break.
Oh, that just makes me hurt.
Yep.
That makes me hurt.
Needless to say, it was only very, very select retailers like my uncle, who used to sell pirated movies and DVDs and shit, would sell, and you'd have to have a mod chip in your PlayStation 1 to play them. And I remember taking my brand new PlayStation 1 I just bought, and I was like, oh fuck, I just dropped 400 quid on this fucking thing. Oh. Took it to him, got it back 4 days later. 4 days later. I was like, what the fuck, 4 days? And he goes, yeah. And he hands me a stack of games, like a fucking 9-pack of fucking flapjacks. I mean, they were all CDs, no sleeves, just games. Final Fantasy VII, Resident Evil 2, you know, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. That was when I very fucking first played a true decent Castlevania where you play as Alucard. And I had some time off work. I spent all week playing nothing but PlayStation 1 games. To the point where I had to go out and buy like 9 memory cards. Because the one memory card you got with your console was full.
Oh, yeah. And then you could buy the special memory cards.
Yes.
Like the ones that had a little green light on the top.
And the stackers, yeah, you press the button, it's now memory card number 2, and then it's memory card number 3, and it's memory card, yeah. I went through all of those fuckers. I even looked on eBay to buy memory cards that had pre-existing saves on it with like special unlocks and shit. And the best one, the best thing I ever did, I did a power run in Resident Evil. 2 hours and 53 minutes. Record. Ever. No one ever, as far as I knew, in PlayStation Magazine, because I even sent it to PlayStation Magazine, a really poor fucking Kodak fucking disposable camera shot of my time. My memory card. All the fucking shit I had, I copied that memory save like 100 times to different memory cards, so I never lost it. I sent a copy of that memory card and that screenshot to PlayStation Power, and the fuckers published it. And still to this day, that time is not beaten.
I think
in Resident Evil 1.
Quickest. I never played Resident Evil 1. The quickest run I was ever able to do was in Resident Evil Nemesis.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was 4 hours and 20 minutes.
Well, when I did that, I unlocked all the secret characters, all the secret weapons, and all these other fucking options that no one had ever unlocked. So I'm walking around on a brand new account, a brand new save, as Chris Redfield with a rocket launcher with the infinite fucking ammo. Just one shot in fucking zombies. Bah, fuck you. Bah, fuck you. Bah, fuck you. The Gatling gun with infinite ammunition. The fucking flamethrower. You get to play as a character called Hunk, where he's a SWAT officer who's been abandoned by the rest of his squad because they all turned into zombies.
Oh yeah, the Star Team or whatever it's called.
Yeah, and then I unlocked to play as Tofu. You literally play as a piece of tofu with arms and legs, and when he walks, he squeaks. And you could also unlock Akuma from Street Fighter. You played as Akuma. You walked along, you didn't do anything, you just launched Hadoukens at zombies and blew them up. Oh. Hadouken! Oh. That's it. No puzzles, all the puzzles are already done for you. You just run through the mansion, you then go through the laboratory, you then go through the mutated tree with all the sharks and everything else to get to the ending, to fight the tyrant, and you're like, Hadouken, tyrant's dead. Game over, done. Like, did it in like an hour. I'm like, that's so bollocks. His Hadouken killed everything in one shot. I'm like, that's so bollocks. And everyone's like, and see, this is the thing. When I took some screenshots of me playing as Akuma, they're like, oh, that's photoshopped. I'm like, I don't even know what fucking Photoshop is. You know, they talk. I'm like, well, you mean I've taken a picture of Akuma, cut him out of this photo, and super glued him to this photo? That don't make any sense.
How is that even possible?
Yeah. I mean, Photoshop practically didn't even fucking exist back then, you know? And so, sent in all these Photoshop pictures of all the unlocks and stuff. PlayStation Power did it again. And the sneaky bastards released my fucking save on a memory card and put it on their magazine. And that's all it had, was that save. It only had one save, and you couldn't save anything to it. So everyone in the whole of England, if they were subscribed to PlayStation Magazine, got my fucking save. So there's probably maybe 5 PlayStations left in England that have my fucking save, where the top time is DLM. Danny Liam Monahan. Right there. Motherfuckers. With everything unlocked using my fucking hard-earned shit. I mean, literally, when I was done, I had a pile of fucking empty 2-liter bottles. I didn't sleep for 40-something hours. But I fucking did it. I found the broken shotgun. Put it back. Wall didn't fall down on me. Yay. Ran around the corner. Fuck. Snake. Better have some anti-poison with me. Ah, there's a snake. Fuck. Bam. Grenade launcher. Grenade launcher. Grenade launcher. Ah, die, you motherfucker. Die. Killed the fucking snake. Yay. That's done. I literally went from point A all the way through to fucking point Z. And I did it in under fucking 2 hours and change. And that's the fastest that I and anyone else that I fucking knew that played Resident Evil could even do it in. To the point where my friends would hand me memory cards and say, "Can I please have your save?" No, fuck you. And then my friend goes, "Well, I got a copy of Resident Evil 2. Let's see you do it now." Fucking challenge accepted, motherfucker. You know, did it again. Resident Evil 2, 2 hours and 57 minutes, under 3 hours. Unlocked everything. All the guns, all the you walk up to the chests, because in that one they had the fucking chests in Resident Evil 2. Up inside, rocket launcher, Gatling gun, sawn off shotgun with infinite fucking ammo, Desert Eagle, Python, fucking infinite herbs, infinite. And I'm like, who the fucking man? Who the fucking man? I am. I'm the fucking man. And what did me?
Do you think you could do it today?
Oh God no. God no. God no. Snaps just doesn't fire that fast anymore. Not on my drug-fueled coke. Well, my drug-fueled and coke. I meant coke is in the drink. Fueled gaming sessions. Yeah, but honestly, I'm gonna try. That's why I've got Resident Evil 1 and 2 and 3 emulated on my PC. And
3 was Nemesis. That's the one that I beat.
I plan on actually doing a scary night thing where it's, Five Nights at Freddy's, stuff like that.
That reminds me, I've seen a YouTube video recently, and I've been trying to find a download for the game or an EXE for the game. It was a homebrew that somebody did where it was Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
And you play a babysitter that's babysitting this little kid in the house, and you have to go through the house like you need to give the kid cereal and stuff like that, right? This kid falls asleep, you call, boy comes over, whatever. Well, this is all happening during the first Halloween while Michael Myers is running the streets. So eventually you end up going to the backyard because you hear a noise, so you send the guy outside, he doesn't come back. You go outside, he's stapled to the fence with a fucking screwdriver. And then all of a sudden you hear the dun-dun, dun-dun, and it's a split screen where you see the shape walking up on you. And you're trying to get back in the house, and he's walking up on you with a butcher knife.
Good.
It's a really crap. The graphics are crap. You can tell it's a homebrew. Somebody
could be homebrew, or it could be a Gary's mod.
No, it's not a Gary's mod. It's definitely a homebrew. But Michael looks amazing.
Okay.
And you have to collect the videotapes to save your progress on videotapes throughout the house.
Yeah, that's what you see in Resident Evil. You have to save their ink ribbons to use the typewriter.
It's the same concept. But like I said, I have not been able to find anything about it except for this YouTube video. He had a download link for it in the YouTube video, but the download is no longer there. Oh. So I'm trying so hard to find this game for you. Because the second I saw it, I was like, oh my god, Danny's got to play that.
Okay. Well, I'll probably put that
when we get done with this, I'll send you a link to the YouTube video and you can check it out.
Definitely.
The guy does a 2-part complete playthrough of the game. It took him 6 hours to play the game. Mm-hmm. It's an in-depth game. Okay. You get into the house and Michael's in the house and you have to go through the house and avoid him and try to complete tasks while he's trying to come at you.
Okay. So I'll probably put that in on like a theme week where I'm doing like horror games and stuff.
That's if I can find the game.
Of course,
It's got to be available somewhere.
yeah. Again, guys, links will be in the video description underneath the video if you want to watch out any links in that. So we are at 2 hours and almost 30 minutes, so we've got 7 minutes left. So if there's anything you want to talk about, guys, go ahead and talk about it. You know, especially you, Jinxie. You need to talk more. Stuff less face.
I know
Talk
I
more.
do, but I'm shoving my face.
You're always stuffing your face.
No.
That's why you have a very happy milkman.
Hey, wait a second. So you're actually recording the video of this as well?
Yes, I'm recording the video on this one, even with you cutting out like crazy.
That was weird. Yeah, you cut out really weird there for a second. I don't know what the hell that was. So that's cool. Okay.
Yes,
Am I on YouTube? I'm on YouTube, Mom.
Yeah, Mike, they got you sitting back, you know.
Pull your pants up!
It's going up.
I'm on YouTube, Mom. Great, pull your pants up. Oh, son of a!
I'm wearing shorts. Okay.
I want to get a pair. I want to get a pair of underwear that has like a picture of some man's junk on it. You know, so I just walk around the house. You'd be like, he's naked. Sir, could you pull your pants up? My pants are up. We can see your junk. No, that's just the shorts.
That's not mine.
That's not mine.
My junk's not that big.
Yeah. We're like, wait a minute, that looks like Gary's junk. Yeah, it is. Copyright. I'm actually going to make a pair of boxers now, put them on fucking cafe press called Gary's junk. Do one for women too. Angelina's bush.
Oh God!
Would
What
so
the
why?
hell?
Oh my God.
Angelina's bush with like a smiley face or a lightning bolt or a love heart.
Mohawk.
Yeah, or a mohawk. Yeah,
Mohawk.
yeah. Real women wear mohawks. Not on their head. Dun dun dun.
The Dick Hawk.
Yeah.
Okay, Scruffy.
Damn right. But no, I do have a lot of things planned, but until we deal with the issues pertaining to Michelle and whatnot, who's not going to be in this video if you're wondering and whatnot. That's why we have Jinxie. There'll always be a female in one of the podcasts. You know, gender equality and all that, you know. And so, but yeah, if guys want to talk about anything, I know that Horizons or Astaria is looking at doing a graphic update and is also going to be released on Steam. So looks like the game may get a little bit of new blood injected into it, which I think the game sorely needs.
Oh, I agree.
The fact that it does have... Now, this is the thing. I love the game's free-to-play model. I really do. You can only pay one race, which is... Now, if they added a DLC sort of thing, where you could pay, like, $2, you get to have dwarfs on your free account, or pay $5, you know what I mean? $5 a race, or $3 a race.
Kind of like, almost like STO.
Yeah. You know how in Star Trek Online you can pay for different races? Well, same thing for Astaria. I think that will drum up a little bit of money for him, you know? Do a few. See, now the one thing I would love to see them fix is the damn clans, the whole clan, the clan buildings, because you know for a fact that the majority of those clans that have those clan plots aren't even real clans. It's just one guy who wanted like 9 plots. I'm a pimp. Yeah, you.
Hey man.
Yeah, it's like okay, now you got to build on all 9 plots. Ah, fuck. You see what I'm saying? Because you're all by yourself. Ain't no one gonna build on your shit for free, you know. Unless you're me, of course. Then you're just pimptastic.
Pimptastic, bitches.
Damn right.
And they have a lot of glitches, even with their dragon layers, that they need to fix.
Yeah, like getting stuck in hallways, you know, that you've just finished building.
Or the hallways that are underwater.
Yeah.
Or, when you place something in there and you build it, you've got like a ditch in the middle of the damn room, and you're like, oh look, I can see the birds.
Yeah.
Oh wait, they don't have fucking birds.
Or you can get those mods that let you plan out your layer and actually walk around your layer in the rooms and stuff.
The complete mod.
Yeah, the complete. Problem with that is if it like me, I don't have any mods installed in my Astaria client. It's virgin. It hasn't had its cherry taken. Trust me. It's completely virgin. So Michelle's like, what do you think of this hallway? I'm like, I see a black wall.
Mhm.
Well, what do you think of this guild hall? I see a black wall. What do you think of this? I see a black wall. What don't
I'm
you?
still at the fucking beginning.
Yeah,
You're
'cause I can't-
3 floors down.
Yeah, I can't get in. Boom, boom. I see a black wall. You know what I mean? And I know you can do the whole set preference and turn the load screens off and stuff. But if you do that, I've noticed there's... and it happened with me the other day on Rammer. I turned the whole set pref thing off, walked off the teleporter pad, fell right through the ground. Woo! Kept
Yep.
falling. The ground
That's
hadn't
why I
loaded.
just
The ground
turn it
hadn't loaded. I saw houses floating, trees floating, but no ground. I'm like, is it safe to move? I guess. Stepped off the
Nope.
pad. Whoop! Nope. My character was just free falling. I'm like, fuck it, let me just flap. So I started flying, tried to fly up to the portal pad, which is all the way up there in a little fucking dirt now. It looks like a little ant. And I'm like, fuck, this can take me forever. As I was flapping, I swear to God, I got like an inch up from the top. The ground appeared. I'm like, fuck, I can't go nowhere now. Had to recall. Recall back to my... And I'm like, fuck, I don't... load screen again. No, land loaded. So I'm like, I'm waiting now, motherfucker. I waited and drunk for the land to load. The ground to load before I could even get off the portal pad.
Like I said, I had something similar that happened to me in World of Warcraft. It was back when Karazhan was one of the biggest instances to do, and something happened. We were doing the Little Red Riding Hood boss. Jinx, you don't know what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
And you know how you got to run around the stage and everything? Well,
Yep.
the stage suddenly disappeared, like the top level of it. So we all fell and we're laying like stuck, and the fight's going on above us. The bosses are trying to get down at us, and we're just underneath of him. He's
Archers,
standing on
let loose with arrows.
it was just bouncing off the bottom of the ceiling that wasn't there. And of course, because it was a glitch like that, we couldn't hearth out. We had to wait for a GM to show up and get us out of the floor.
Oh
Mage,
my God.
cast your magic missile. At what?
And then right, so he said he resets the encounter for us. We get all the way to the end at the Prince at the end. Jinxie, Prince doesn't aggro. He just stands there in the middle of the room. So we had to call the same GM to come back in to get the Prince to move.
Oh my God, that's like a Lyle not moving. It's like you get all the way down to the end of A-Rock, and a Lyle just doesn't fucking do anything.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. I've gone through
Fuck
that.
you,
Yeah, it's one of those. Okay, who broke him? What?
Yeah,
Who
like
broke
who the
him?
fuck bitch slaps this boss so hard he will not move?
Yep. Oh yeah. Also, they're going to be doing in Horizons. They're also talking about doing PvE dungeons.
Oh, that ought to be interesting.
It'd definitely be different. They need something. It's gotten to the point where, again, they're still stuck back in 2001. They've done nothing.
I made a suggestion in one of my podcasts, and I also made the same suggestion to somebody and Vitarini and all the other guys, which was, what if they did a blight anchor attack? They have
The only
they have.
the
I was gonna say
blight
they have.
anchor.
Uh-huh.
Okay, first off, the blight anchor fucking pisses me off. The one time they did it was just before I joined Astaria,
Mm-hmm.
and they spawned it in New Trismus and fucking murdered everyone in New Trismus.
Yeah, I was there. I was there. Sam was there. Vitani was there. Michelle was there. Luke Kilo was there. All of our clan was there fighting this blight anchor. At one point, there was like 30-something Elder Dragons and 20 adult, and we had fucking multi-100 combat tones. You know,
But they haven't done it since.
I know they need to do it. They
They don't do anything. That's their biggest problem. They don't do anything.
Nope. Yeah, and I was also thinking, as an idea, they should do like a contest, like design a boss sort of contest, because I was thinking, what is the one thing Astaria has that no other game has? The whole you can play as a dragon, right?
Mhm.
Name one dragon boss.
Besides Shadow and Sealy,
There isn't any. Do you see what I'm saying?
Shadow and Sealy are considered bosses. They're the end of the rock thing.
But yeah, they're just for A-Rocks.
But they're ghost dragons. They're
Yeah.
not solid dragons.
That's what I'm talking about. An actual, honest to God, Isataria version of Deathwing.
Mhm.
Think about it. That's the boss you fight in the PvE.
Mhm.
As a ped, you still fight the dragon. As a dragon, you still fight the dragon.
That'd be pretty damn cool.
Fucking hate would. Because you forget the whole Dragon Council was supposed to be how many members?
Mhm.
There was supposed to be 12 members, but there's only 4 in that room. What happened to the rest? Oh, he just gave us a fucking expansion idea. Ta-da! Copyrighted. Fuck you. Give me money.
No expansion for you, combat.
No, niet, comrade. Niet. But no, that's what I'm saying to you. Think about it, okay? Do their version of Deathwing. I know Deathwing's copyrighted by Blizzard, so Blizzard, chillax, call your jets. But you see what I'm saying? Something similar along that lines.
Yeah.
Make it so that there's more content for endgame players as well as there is for beginning and medium players.
Yeah, because the second you hit Ancient in Astaria, there's nothing left to do. We only get one combat class.
Mhm.
We now get 3 craft classes. Ooh, crystal shaping. Such big expansion. Much wow, Astaria. No, fuck your stupid crystal shaping and shove it up your ass.
Yeah,
That was just like STO.
Mhm.
The same thing was going on with STO until they came out with the expansion. Once you hit Admiral or whatever, was it?
Well,
Blue
the newest expansion, you can actually hit Admiral now. You can actually hit 60 Admiral.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
before that, once you
Just
got to the max level, there was nothing to do except just fly around
Yeah, just rear
and
end.
do.
Do Borg STFs, because that was the only STF at the time. Then they
Mhm.
After you hit Ancient on Astaria, the only things you really have left to do is get Volcano, DW, and what was it? There was another skill. I can't remember what it's called now. But that's all you got 3 fucking quests and then you're done.
Yeah.
Seriously, all we do is sit somewhere that we think looks pretty and collect dust.
Yep. Pretty much. Which is why when I made Voodoo do, I swore I will never do the A-Rop or any of them. I'm staying Permahatchee. You have more fun. Think about it. You're
Eviana, I got to 180 before I ascended her to adult. And the only reason I ascended her to adult was because I was fucking bored.
Yep. No, I'm gonna keep Voodoo do Permahatchee, and that's because of one reason. As an ancient or an adult, if you're in a battle where you're getting your ass kicked, the first thing to do, fly away. Hatchies can't fly. So I'm like,
you have to either finish it off or die.
I will literally be Scrappy Doo. Let me at him! Yeah, I will literally be Scrappy fucking Doo.
No, that's what you should do. Rename your tune Scrappy Doo.
Can't, it's already taken. I will be right back. I've got to use the restroom.
Oh, great. Now we are left to the entertainment of the masses.
To release the bladder. Let it begin.
What?
I don't know. Dude, I'm so tired. I know it's not even funny.
Dude, I slept from 8 o'clock in the morning yesterday until 8 o'clock at night.
I went to bed at 3 o'clock last night, got up at 10 this morning, and then around 7-ish, I fell asleep, just dead fucking tired. And then when Danny actually messaged me to do the podcast, it was like, I'd only been awake for like 10 minutes, and he's like, well, we're looking for somebody else to do the podcast. I'm like, okay, hold on. It's loading. I've been sitting here the whole time like, dude, I'm tired. So I'm gonna shove my face full of food. No! I should be drinking this.
Yeah, you're never going to get to sleep now.
That's fine. I slept for an hour today.
An hour's enough.
I accept my fate. Challenge accepted.
No F's given.
I really wish I had another one. My love.
My precious.
I actually had to do that to my brother yesterday. Kept fucking
Wait,
drinking.
hold on a second. Are you wearing vampire fangs? Why are you wearing...
I fell asleep in them, actually. I was so
But
tired.
why are you wearing them?
Because I fell asleep in them and I'm too fucking tired to take them out.
I mean, but why did you have them in the first place? It's not Halloween.
I don't give a shit. I wear them every day.
Okay.
But I fell asleep on my pillow. I was like... And then I woke up and Danny's like, hey, you want to do a podcast? I'm like, yes.
What was that about me?
Talking about how you conned me into the podcast.
Not really. It's not a con.
It was a con. You offered me sexual favors. Don't lie, Danny. It's like, fuck you. One time.
Oh, you're hairy like animal.
Good, baby. Very good. Now watch. One day there's going to be a freaking...
There's gonna...
One day there's going to be a Wikipedia about me and there's going to be a picture of me doing that.
Oh my...
So, anyway, guys, I'm going to end the Pixel Podcast here. So, I'll see you all in the next one.
Because there's no other ending point besides that.
Not really.
Besides Danny showing his nipple to everybody.
Exactly. Nipples, people. Nipples. I'll see you all in the next podcast. If not, I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Keep your shows flying. Keep your enemies dying. Cobra Commander and Miss Jinxie and Mike Dupino is out. Oh. Hey, man. Hey guys, and welcome back to another War Thunder video. Today we're going to be taking a look at a few tanks and a few tactics. What wins, what loses, etc, etc. What works, what doesn't. And first things first, I want to make it openly known that the event system to get the MAA1 is broken. And I really want players to take a look at the events they're forcing you to do and then ask yourself, how is this physically possible? Like this current lineup, they want battle ranking 1.3s all the way up to battle ranking 4.7s to be platooned together, have a decent match, and yeah. Let me just order the further wind. I didn't want to put it in. I've got the Oswin now as well. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my presets, because this has the tanks in question that I want to talk about. And I want to talk about this little beauty, the Panzerkampfwagen 5 as of D. This is a Panther D review. Now,